Good morning, everyone. Here's our weekly card video for the week. My name is Mary Knabe. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in the state of Colorado, but right now I am in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. I have been here since January 1st, and in 2 weeks I'll be heading back home to Colorado. So today we're making a card that's quick and easy, doesn't take long at all, and I'm using this as a masculine birthday card since I seem to never have enough of those. And so it's just a treatment with taking some designer series paper, angle cutting it, and just putting it on the front. And inside I have happy birthday to a great guy and just embellishing it a little bit on the front. So for the product that we're using several different things, but just a little bit out of each one. So from the Greenery Lane bundle and die set, we're going to be using this little leaf, and then I cut out the foil pieces with this one right here. And I think that's all that we're using out of that set. From the Nature Symphony, we are using just the sentiment to a great guy, and that's really all. We're not even using any of the dies, although you could use this leaf if you wanted to, but any leaf or anything you want for embellishment is fine. This is a stamp set that Stampin' Up! Put out for a special event. It was a card making retreat virtual one, and I'm just using the happy birthday. This is an old retired set that I wanted to use for the front. I wanted to use Let's Eat Cake. This is no longer available, and I just have it in my stash. And then for the square on the front, we're using the stylish shapes, and I used the third one from the smallest for the front detail. And that is all the product we're using, stamp sets and so forth. One ink color, Early Espresso. And for the embellishments, I am using the adhesive backed metallic gems. These come in copper, gold, and silver in 2 different sizes, and that's what we'll be using for our embellishments on the front. In your packet, you have your usual envelope. You will have a basic beige card base. This is our normal 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You'll have a piece of okay, get my words here. Early Espresso. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. For the inside, you'll have a piece of Very Vanilla. This is 3 3/4 by 5. You'll have a square of Very Vanilla to do your die cut in the greeting on the front. You'll have a piece of copper metallic to cut out your treatment, and then you will have a full piece of designer series paper that measures 4 by 4 square, and then all you're going to do is take it on your trimmer, whatever type you have, and line it up in the cutting slot, and you're just going to cut from corner to corner. I'm off a little bit on this one, but it's fine. It doesn't really affect the card whatsoever. So to start off with, we're going to get what little bit of stamping we need to get done. And let's see, let me see where I have my inside greeting. What did I do with that? Oh, here it is right here. Okay. So to begin with, we will take our small piece of sorry, I just realized I forgot to cut something out. This is our Very Vanilla, and we're going to cut it out with the third from the largest square die. If I can get it out of here. I'm sorry, it's actually the 4th from the largest, I believe. I better double check. Nope, it is the 3rd from the largest. And we're going to take this and we're going to cut it out on here. And if you'll give me just a minute, I'll just run over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss and cut this real quick. This is a piece I should have already cut out, and I guess I neglected to do that. It'll only take me a second. I don't have to go very far. Okay, so then we'll take this, got some scraps to get rid of. I'll put this back so that I don't misplace it. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing fine. I've already got my nice long walk in this morning. I try to do it earlier in the morning so that there's less chance of wind and it's not nearly as warm. Okay, we're going to take our Early Espresso ink and the stamp that I'm using, which is Let's Eat Cake. And we're going to hope and pray that I get it straight. It just fits. There we go. Now the other thing I did with this, because I wanted to kind of set the edges off, I took this and I just tapped the edges all around in my ink pad so that I get a little bit of a colored edge to kind of set it off. And then for the inside piece, what I'm using is the new stamping platform that Stampin' Up! Just came out with. I'm not sure. It's okay. I haven't really used it enough to say that I'm totally in love with it, but I am using it occasionally, and we will take our piece of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to put this all the way up to the little knobs that are up there at the top, and I'm putting it on the 1 inch mark. I'm using these little magnets. I do like the magnets because they have a flap and you can pick it up much easier than the ones you had with the Stamparatus. Now I do take a little extra sticky notes and stick around the edges just in case I'd have to pull it or move this and try to stamp it again for some reason. And I just like the magnets do hold quite well, and if I have the opportunity to buy a couple more, I probably will, because I do like to have it nice and secure. That way I can make sure it doesn't move on me in case I have to re-ink it and stamp it again if I don't get a good image on my first attempt. And so again, we're using the Early Espresso, and all you do is you place this on the little pegs and you push down. Don't have to use much pressure, and you just kind of, and that's really all there is to it. And you get a pretty decent, although it looks like I maybe have a little spot on my B, but that's okay, I'm going to go for it. So there is our main stamping. Let me put this away so I have enough room to work. As I've said several times, my working space here is quite limited, and I cannot for the life of me keep my camera angle straight, so please forgive me. I don't know why I can't on this, the way this, my tripod has to be set up. Just can't get my stuff straight. So here we are with, we're going to just stamp the tree, or the leaf image on our inside area, inside piece. And then I'm also going to stamp it on my, let's see, I left something in the envelope. Oh dear, looky there. Well, I'm going to stamp it. I'll probably have to get another envelope because I obviously laid something on it. I don't, you maybe not even be able to see. I can see it. I don't know what it is, but I got something on it. But anyway, this is the way we're going to do it. I'll probably do another one because I didn't even get that stamped very well. Okay, I think that's it for our stamping. I'm going to take this and put it on the inside of my card. For that, I will just use my Stampin' Seal. I don't go all the way around. This one is very, very sticky, so I just do a few pieces around it. Line it up so it's somewhat straight. Oh, the other thing I did, and I can still do that even though I have adhesive, I also took my ink pad and I highlighted, tapped on the edges of this piece too. Just adds a little extra color, helps to kind of offset it from the card base. The one thing with the early espresso, since it's such a dark color, it does take a little while to dry. So you want to be careful that you don't smudge or get it on your fingers. And then the first thing you know, you've got it on your card. And I have done that. And I probably will even do it today. And there we go. We're having a really hot week this week, triple digits, which everybody tells me for Lake Havasu in March is extremely warm, and it's way too warm for me, so I will be doing a lot of early morning walking and coming inside and staying inside. It does cool down fairly decently during the evening, so it's not too bad. I mean, it doesn't get cool like Colorado, but enough that I don't have to have the air on at night, and I just have ceiling fans on. So we're going to take this is the Greenery and Lane dies, but this is the piece that we're taking. And out of your copper piece, you're going to put this die, run it through your die cutting machine, and we will end up with, and actually going to cut two of them. You will end up with two pieces like this, and this is what we're going to use on the front, and I can't get hold of the other one. There it goes. So you'll have two of those, okay? So let's take our early espresso piece, and we're going to take, and you kind of you can put it on either side, but my pattern, my paper has a little bit of a direction, so I'm doing it this direction. But you can also turn it and go the other way too. You know, put them in this corner, and that corner, but I need to do it here. Now for this one, because I want to get it somewhat straight, I am going to use my liquid glue. And hopefully it's going to come out. Oh, it is. As hot as it's been, I don't think my glue doesn't set up very much, so it's not really a problem. And so then I just took this, and you do have a little bit of a border. Let's see, do I have a border? No, I guess I don't. This goes right up in the corner and along the edges. The weather all over the country has just been so weird, hasn't it? It's just like, I know at home, my husband informs me every day that either the wind's blown, or even you guys are going to, even Coloradans are going to have some pretty warm temperatures for March. High 80s, a couple of days, I guess, from what my husband said. And so much wind. Thankfully, so far, we're not suffering from fires like poor Nebraska is. So that has to be the most disheartening, discouraging, scary thing, to be having all those fires. Okay, now we will take this, and we're going to put it on the front of our card base. And again, you have a pretty small border. If you have any really large overhang, you can always take your scissors and trim. I don't mind just that little tiny bit that I have on this. You never can get two pieces cut exactly the same on the kind of trimmers that we use anyway. So we're going to take this and put it down, and like I say, it's a fairly small border all the way around. Okay, there we go with that. Now this, we're going to take our little Let's Eat Cake piece, and I'm going to put dimensionals on it, and all I did was I only put it in the very corners because I want to slip my leaf pieces underneath the square, so I want room in the center here to be able to do that. Okay, and there's that. The designer series paper, you can use any pattern that you have. If you're doing anything to match whatever type of sentiment you want to use, you can. This is very adaptable to just about anything. That's what I like about it. My plan is next week to do one, for my video next week, we're going to do one with it could be a baby card, or it could even be a kid's birthday, or actually it's such a cute card, it could be for just about anybody. Now I'm going to take my pieces here, and just so that I don't have to worry too much about getting it under my square piece, I'm going to trim off a little bit of my leaf piece. And then I'm going to take my liquid glue again, and I'm just not, when you're doing foil, you want to be careful not to get the foil on your front piece, the front side that'll be showing, because once you mar it on foil, it stays on there. You can't get it off. So then I'm just going to take this and stick it under there. And we'll do the exact same thing on the bottom. This card doesn't take long at all. It's even not that much die cutting, so it goes pretty quickly. Again, taking my liquid glue and just kind of putting it around the edges here. And we're going to take this one. Let's see. Put it kind of like so, I think. Okay, and then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to take our metallic dots, and I'm actually using the coppery colored ones, and oops. And I'm going to take one, put it down here on the brown strip. And let's see, where did I'm going to take one of the smaller ones and put actually on the greeting, and then we will do another one up there. Okay, guess what? That's it. Here's my messy envelope. I'll cover that up so you can't see it. Here's our sample, and that's our card for today. So I want to thank each and every one of you that take a moment from your day or your evening to watch my videos. It's greatly appreciated, every view that I get. I do so appreciate. May you have a good week, and may God bless each and every one of you, and I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.